Welcome everyone to another exciting edition of DCW-TV, and tonight the ramifications of this episode couldn't be bigger. Tonight is the battle for the briefcases, which will open the show here tonight. And I want to go ahead and get into the rules of the battle for the briefcase right now. The official rules for this contest, ladies and gentlemen, are as follows. The match will be contested under Battle Royal rules, meaning in order to win the contest, you must throw your opponent over the top rope and both feet must touch the floor. The final four participants officially qualify for one of the four briefcases. The order of elimination from first to the winner of the match out of the four participants remaining will determine the power of choice, with the last remaining superstar receiving the first choice out of the four briefcases. So that's the important part, ladies and gentlemen. You must be the winner if you want that power of choice, that ability to choose your fate. The briefcases will contain #1 contendership slips for a random championship opportunity. The championship matches will be revealed when all briefcases are chosen, meaning the winner of the contest will get the first choice, which is very important because he will not know until he chooses which championship opportunity he has qualified for. From that point on, ladies and gentlemen, all the briefcases will be revealed, and we will know officially the #1 contenders for the DCW Heavyweight Championship, for the DCW Gulf Coast Championship, the DCW Tag Team Championship, and the DCW Diamond Division Championship. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the deck is stacked, but before we get into the match, Brandon Turner, our colleague here at DCW-TV, actually had the opportunity to speak with one of the champions, Mac Daddy Duds.
Some kind of diamond mine match with briefcases, and I don't care who it is. Whoever it is tonight, I'm going to walk in with this and walk out with this. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, there's no doubt. And you know what? Like I said, you're not just the DCW Gulf Coast champion. You're the greatest of all time.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that for sure.
You know, nobody winds and dines like we do. You
That's
know,
correct.
We're always at Morton's. You know, got that little John Taylor waiting on us.
Been to Felix's Fish House, all of them, right on the water. We got the big bills.
So, you know, there's nothing but confidence oozing from him. And tonight, it don't matter who the opponent is, he's going to take care of them. But this is DCW-TV with the champ.
And I'm walking out the champ, baby. Woo!
The battle for the briefcase starts now. And here we go, Brandon Turner, kicking off DCW-TV in style. The battle for the briefcases. We're about to determine some #1 contenders.
And there's Delicious, Bam Vicious, MT2, all the greats in here. And look at Brimstone.
There's Charles West, Brimstone. Oh, wait a minute. Immediately off the rip.
Delicious Van Vicious
Desperado
gone
Davis
already.
eliminated Van Vicious. Now, just to remind everyone, this is a battle royal. However, once the final four competitors have been determined, they qualify for a briefcase. The winner of the match gets the first pick of said briefcase, and then the runner-up and so on and so forth, they get those choices. So there's winners to be had. But a lot
there goes Toilet Boy out the ring. Bye-bye, Toilet Boy. Go back to the toilets.
And there goes Madman Jason. He's pretty mad, it looks like. And we're getting down to that final four pretty quickly, it looks like. We're down to about 7 participants.
It looks like MT2 and the Assassin, they may both get a briefcase. How about that?
Hey, you never know. There could be a way for them to get back in the tag team title picture. You know, you've got Brimstone and Charles West, a way to get them back in the heavyweight title picture. Chris Papps has been eliminated. John Taylor hanging on. The Assassin's still in there. So we've got about 6. So 2 more need to be eliminated before we get down to the briefcases.
Here goes Charles West.
Charles West.
Oh, no.
Oh, wait a minute. Steve O'Malley's gone.
Steve O'Malley's gone,
the
but now
Assassin
Charles
out.
West and Brimstone looking at this. The cheating jokers teaming up to throw Assassin out. How about the why?
Well, here we go. That was pretty quick. The final four, John Taylor, MT2, Charles West the Lionheart, and Brimstone. They're all going to get briefcases. Now the order of elimination will determine the picks. The winner will get the first pick. They will be able to decide their own fate. The briefcases will be revealed after the choices have been made, and we will know who the #1 contender for the Diamond Division, Gulf Coast, Tag Team, and Heavyweight Championships is going to be. Oh, wait a minute, Brimstone! Brimstone!
Look at Charles West, he's got Brimstone's out of there! Oh, but he still gets a briefcase, don't he?
He does. He still gets it, but he's going to be the last person to pick a briefcase, Brandon, which could be a disadvantage for him, I would suppose. I would believe, but at least he gets one.
This is by dumb luck that John Taylor's still in there. He's going to get a briefcase for a championship. I mean, he's a server at Morton's. How does he deserve a championship?
That's just disrespectful. Oh, what a drop kick by Charles West to John Taylor.
I'll give him credit there. Charles West laid out a pretty drop kick to that Morton server's face.
John Taylor is out of this battle royal, but he still gets a briefcase, Brandon.
Yeah, he still gets a briefcase, but MT2's going to win that briefcase for the Gulf Coast champ. No. For the heavyweight champion? No. No, he can't. I don't want him taking on Vladimir Koloff and Mac Day Duds.
But nice back elbow by MT2. Now the winner between these two, the next elimination, they will be the runner-up to pick, but the winner will get the first choice out of all 4 briefcases that have a championship opportunity inside and will definitely lay the landscape of the next few weeks here on DCW-TV. But MT2's out. The Lionheart, Charles West, has won.
Charles West gets lucky and wins this battle royal. He gets to pick the first briefcase. Look at this.
But I would say the power of choice is a big advantage.
We got 3 of the final 4. We got 4. All right.
All right, we're going to let Joey Goats take it over.
Charles West, you won first pick. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sign of sportsmanship between Brimstone and Charles West. And here comes the champions. DCW Heavyweight Champion Vladimir Koloff, the Gulf Coast Champion Mac Daddy Duds, Diamond Division Champion Rob Cabela, Warren Beast, the Tag Team Champions.
Yeah, well, you know the rodeo's in town when you see them 2 clowns.
Here we go. Question is, which one is Charles going to pick? Maybe go for 3.
Anytime. But since I'm #1 in this company, I'm going to
#1. Charles West has chosen #1.
Did you hear that line of bull he said when he said he's the #1 in this company?
Definitely a top athlete here in Diamond Championship Wrestling, Charles West is.
Which one do you want? I'm going to make this really easy and just take #2.
MT2 has chosen #2. Now it's John Taylor's turn. John Taylor in the mix. That's great to see. I would love to see a championship on John Taylor.
What championship you going to see on him? Well,
he may, hey, you never know. The one he picks could be the heavyweight championship, Brandon.
The championship server of the year?
John Taylor chooses briefcase #3.
#3, which means Brimstone gets #4 by being the first man out of the 4.
By default, he gets #4. Well, he is 4th place. I don't know. Well, he's a little bit further down than 4th.
So now that everyone's got their briefcase, let's everybody open them up.
Let's see what Charles has got. Hopefully it's a dud.
You know Charles West, deep down inside, is hoping that's for the heavyweight championship, that he will get to face Vladimir Koloff once again after he was robbed of his last opportunity. Wait a minute.
It's the Gulf Coast Championship against Mac Daddy Duds. The dud got a dud.
I don't know. That could be bad for Mac Daddy Duds.
Mac Daddy Duds will beat Charles West in his sleep.
The disappointment in Charles West's eyes says it all.
Let's see here, heavyweight championship for MT2.
What is it?
He's got the Diamond Division. He's going to get to take that title off loser Rob.
Interesting. That will be.
Does John Taylor have the heavyweight championship?
Next up, we got number 3.
What could this be?
This could be the biggest moment in his life.
It could be, Brandon.
He gets a shot at the tag team championship.
The tag team. Wait a minute, Brandon. You know what that means, right?
Oh my gosh. How does this loser keep getting the heavyweight title shot? How does this happen?
By luck of the draw, that could mean only one thing, that Brimstone is now the #1 contender for the heavyweight championship. We're going to see Koloff versus Brimstone.
What?
And Charles West is very,
How does
he's
this
very
happen?
disappointed.
How does this happen?
You can tell he's pretty disappointed. And the look on Koloff says it all. He's disappointed. What a
He's trying to beat
DCW-TV
this
thus
loser
far.
each and every week. Why does he?
Wait a minute, who's this?
We will see.
Who is this, Brandon?
I don't know.
Winner this evening.
Who is this guy?
Hey folks, it's the one and only, the owner of Wrestling Wow, Walter Alexander, if you will. I'm not coming on here as my character, as anything like that, because we're going to talk about something a little bit more important. But next week we are not having another episode of Thursday Night Throwback. Instead, we are going back to an original series, Thursday Night Mayhem. And well, we haven't seen an episode in a little while, and that's just due to some issues and some stuff that's come up on my end. But next week, next Thursday, we are dedicating the entire episode. It's going to be around an hour long, dedicated to a tiny tribute. Tiny Tiswell, who recently passed away, the owner and promoter of All Pro Wrestling Pensacola. And we're going to ask everybody. We're asking everyone, whether you follow Wrestling Wow, whether you follow APW, whether you follow DCW or whatnot, please come back next week, next Thursday at 7 p.m. and check out the Tiny Memorial Tribute Show here on Wrestling Wow. One more episode of Thursday Night Mayhem. And now we're going to turn you back over to Thursday Night Throwback. Thank you for listening.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit.
Speaking of the Battle of Briefcases, here shortly, I'm going to have an exclusive announcement that even you haven't heard yet, Brandon.
Wow. I can't wait to hear it.
Regarding one of the winners. So this is one fall, 15-minute time limit. The official for this contest, you guessed it, is Don White Shoes Gravatt. And I'm going to say this much, I'm going to acknowledge it. You know, say what you want about the assassin. Pretty nice tribute to Bullet Bob Armstrong with that
One of the Gulf Coast legends around here, and he will truly be missed. I mean, you just can't say enough good things about Bullet Bob Armstrong and what he's done for wrestling.
WWE Hall of Famer. You're absolutely right, Brandon. So we're about to get this contest started. Like I said, the assassin in a particularly foul mood, I would believe anyway, after the Battle of the Briefcases didn't quite go in his favor.
Yeah.
Referee trying to separate them both.
I think old Chris Papps here getting a little tall for his britches.
I don't know about that, Brandon, but I'm going to tell you, this is interesting. It's not often we see the assassin in singles competition.
I'm about to take this young kid to school.
There you go, assassin. There you go. Tell him, baby.
Old school, like MT2 said, collar elbow tie up, wrist lock applied by the assassin. It's going to be interesting to see what's going on with the main event, Brandon, in regards to their future. It looks like they could be venturing into more singles competition. You know, Vladimir Koloff is the heavyweight champion, the leader of the group, so he has singles success. I'd be curious to see how
Well, I can tell you right now,
MT2 and the assassin.
MT2's got a future Diamond Division Championship match after he won the briefcase, so you can already go ahead and put the title on him. He will be bringing that home to the main event, and all we're waiting on is the assassin to win a title, and he better not even be thinking about the Gulf Coast Championship.
Well, both men are former singles champions. The assassin has held the television title in the past. But it's funny you mentioned MT2 because the main event of next week's edition of DCW-TV will be one of those championship matches that we've had contendership determined earlier. It will be Rob Cabela defending the Diamond Division Championship against MT2.
Loser vibe, Rob. Better go ahead and hand that title on over to MT2 because that's where it's going to be at after next week.
I don't know about that. Rob Cabela's been a hell of a fighting champion, and I'm sure next week he's going to bring the fight just the same. Now, obviously, the factor for MT2 will be, will the Assassin be at ringside with him? Like he is with the Assassin tonight. Nice waist lock, though, by Chris Papp. The Assassin getting hold of the ropes to apply a break.
White Shoes needs to assert his authority a little bit more. He's letting Chris Papp get away with a lot here.
I don't know about that, but this has been an eventful DCW-TV thus far, Brandon. I mean, we've determined contenders for all the championships. We now know that MT2 next week will face Rob Cabela for the Diamond Division Championship. We know that John Taylor and a tag team partner, all thumb in the eye, though, by the
just go ahead and chop that on up. John Taylor's not going to find nobody to team with him.
Well, John Taylor and a partner will face Warren Beast for the tag team titles. Charles West will face Mac Daddy Dudge for the Gulf Coast Championship in the future. And Brimstone versus Vladimir Koloff is slated for a DCW Heavyweight Championship match in the very near
I'm going to have to probably do some digging in on that Morton server and see who his tag team partner is. Who could he find even who would want to tag with him?
I'm sure he can find a partner, especially with championship gold on the line. But here's the story of this match. Chris Papp has had a counter for every move the Assassin has given him thus far.
Well, that's just like Assassin said. He's been pulling on his mask, so anytime you're doing it at disadvantage there, I mean, yeah, you're going to be ahead.
I don't know. I haven't seen him. I haven't seen Chris Papp pull his mask yet, but a nice side headlock applied by the old school Assassin to Chris Papp's. The Assassin flanked in his main event colors. Definitely hoping that he can do.
He's pulling his mask. You didn't see that?
He pulled Chris Papp's hair, Brandon, clearly.
He had his mask.
He did not. Now, then the Assassin had the hair of Chris Papp.
Look, he's got his mask again.
Look, right there once again, Brandon, with the hair of Chris Papp.
I'm glad you saw he had the hand on the mask.
Yeah, if you say so.
Look at there.
Again,
see?
Both hands.
Assassin, he said he's got my mask again.
Will you stop?
And White Shoes is not doing nothing about it.
He caught him, though, with the hair. He caught the Assassin. He made him break the hold. MT2 not too far away, though. I wonder if he's going to get involved.
Now, how dare you say that?
Oh,
he's not going to get involved.
He just tried to get involved.
No, he did. He was telling him his shoes was untied.
Yeah. You're so full of it.
I haven't seen MT2 do nothing but be a spectator. Oh, look
wait
at
a minute.
He
tripped
got in the groin.
Very nice.
Did you see him knee him in the groin?
No, he tripped him up.
No, he hit him in the groin. I saw it. Assassin grab down there.
Oh, wait a minute. Unique offense. Elbow drop to the lower back of the Assassin.
Take
now
a breather.
The Assassin rolling out of dodge.
Take a little timeout.
Once again. Look on his face.
He's cheating. See? Assassin's telling you, and y'all not listening.
What an ugly mug. What an ugly mug. No wonder he wears a mask. The Assassin looking pretty frustrated. This night has not gone his way thus far, Brandon.
Well, you know, I did have a talk with Assassin earlier in the day.
Piss me off now.
And he was telling me about the golden years when George Hackensmith was wrestling and how he saw him live and was able to get in the ring with him a couple times.
He is the old school Assassin. Emphasis on old. And breaking the count. I don't know if that was a legal break, but nonetheless, the referee's going to go.
Well, Don White Shoes Gravat's got a 7th grade education.
And now Chris Papp's tired of MT2 getting in the way.
MT2 is standing on the outside of the ring just like he's supposed to.
Getting in the way, and the assault begins by the Assassin to Chris Papp.
Now you're going to blame MT2 for the shortcomings.
Get him off of him. Get him off of him. Oh, just a vicious assault by the
see,
Assassin.
there you go, blaming MT2 for Chris Papp's shortcomings.
Well, I don't know about that, but I'll tell you this much. If he keeps shoving on the referee like that, he'll have a disqualification, and Chris Papps will be in the winner's pay window here tonight. And now, that knee in the back of the neck choking Chris Papps, almost paralyzing him. And now, wait a minute, the Assassin has the referee. And there you go, Brandon. MT2's getting involved.
MT2's checking on him to make sure he's okay and he's able to get up.
That's not what's happening at all.
He was making sure that he was breathing properly.
You must lack brains if you think we believe that.
The Assassin is back in control now. This Chris Papps has not been a match for the old school Assassin here tonight. I can just tell you this.
I don't know. I believe he has been a match, and that's why the Assassin had to resort to cheating. Big splash in the corner.
How dare you say he was cheating? I have not seen any cheating out of the Assassin. Oh, big splash. I've seen Chris Papps pull the mask, do all these underhanded tactics, and he still can't beat the Assassin.
Look what he's doing right now. He's in the corner with the turnbuckle pad while MT2's distracting the referee. Get MT2 out of there.
Assassin's over there taking a breather, waiting for Papps to get up, giving him some time to get up, and now Papps trying to taunt MT2.
Off the ring, White Shoes, come on. Get him out of there. Eject him or
Chris
something.
Papps was taunting
the
MT2.
Assassin is clearly messing with the turnbuckle pad. There you go. Right on him. Right on him to do that. But the Assassin continues the assault. Oh, no, this is not good. Wait a minute. Chris Papps reverses. And now, the Assassin no man's like, oh, wait a minute, no. His rib colliding with that exposed turnbuckle pad. And now, power slam.
That's ball game. 1, 2, 3. Old school Assassin picks up the win. What a hard-fought battle, but Old school Assassin did it the old-fashioned way, the fair way.